Jill Malik. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that sub button and the notification bell to be notified when I do go live.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime we do go live. Feel free to contact Gio on Instagram with any news, tea, or updates at Gio_said_it. Somebody let me know if you can hear me. So for today's updates, we have an update on Moneybag Mandy. I saw something that she posted on Instagram, which would lead me to believe that there may be some trouble in paradise. She says, boo-hoo, cry me a effing river, not replaceable. You guys can look at it. Let me know what you think in the comments. But is there trouble in paradise with Mandy and Maurice? What do you think? Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. Okay, so moving on from that. Now, Miss Cakes. Do you guys remember Miss Cakes, Evie's wife that was in Fluvanna with Kerok and Brittany at some point? Gio did an interview with Miss Cakes and EB, and also one with Kerok some time ago. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I'll post the link in the description so you guys can go back and see that. But Miss Cakes has some tea that she wanted to share on Kerok, and it is interesting. So let's bring it all the way back. So they did time together, right? But Kerok initially was denying that he even knew them. He was saying that he didn't know who EB was, even though, as we saw on the show, he had EB follow Brittany around. He also mentioned that he didn't know who Cakes was. So let's bring it all the way back to when he was saying that he didn't know them.
Nah, I don't know him. I don't know her. Won't get into all that, y'all. I barely watch my interviews. What I'm watching somebody else's for. you know. Hope everything all right with them, though. What's up, Miss Chalk? What's up, Detroit?
There he is denying knowing them. We caught that on IG Live. And then during the interview, he clarifies what he meant by that. He said he was being sarcastic.
Though now, EB claims that you were very close at one point, like both of you guys were very close at one point. He claims he took you underneath his wing. You recently said you don't know EB. What went wrong? Is there any chance of reconciliation?
So on TV, they perceive her as my, best friend. Her, him. Sorry, I don't want to misconstrue the pronouns. Apologize. As my best friend, which was never the case. I didn't know her before my incarceration. And we don't hang out after my incarceration. I didn't, I don't know her outside of the prison walls. We were close at one point. We both were in the same unit a couple of times. She was very, very relaxed and chill. But when she had came home, she was the only person who agreed to do the TV show. My best friend originally that I've been best friend with for about 15 years was was like, hey, I don't feel comfortable, doing it, whatever. So I asked her and she was cool, it was like, all right, I'll do it. When I said I didn't know her, when I say that, I meant I was speaking like sarcastically for the simple fact it's like, yeah, for sure. It's like I really don't know her outside the walls. I'm being real. Sometimes prison relationships they stay in the walls. Sometimes they go out the walls. When she like my fiance and her they hung out on scene. They have pictures where they were on scene together or whatever the case may be. But like yeah, I don't what I mean. I'll just leave that there. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he really answered the question too much, but there he was denying that he knew EB. He also denied that he knew Cakes. So continuing on, when we had Cakes and EB up on the show for an interview, they said that Kerok told a lie indicating that Kerok and Cakes had slept together, which was not true. So that lie got ran back to EB, and EB broke up with Cakes because of it. So let's go into the story from the clip of the interview. Like I said, if you watch the whole interview, I'm going to put the link in the description for you. This is just a clip, so we're going to bring it back before we hit the tea.
be cutting, they chop it. They chop, and do that. I can tell when this did have to cut. But now, that's interesting to know. Now, another question now, Mrs. for Mrs. Cakes. Now, we have seen the updates with Mrs. Cakes, everybody, and Mrs. Cakes has put on social media. Is there a truth to that? Did Kerok lie and say he slept with you, Mrs. Cakes?
Yeah, he did. That was not supposed to be revealed. I accidentally posted that video. So yeah, that's the exclusive. But yeah, yeah, he did. When we were in structure in the behavioral program, when we came out of SEG, she came out 4 days before I did. And one thing I told her was like, look, you guys stay strong because, I got some haters. They going to try to, come in between us. And he just so happened to be the one, Kerok.
Damn.
So I remember like it was yesterday. I came out of SEG. I wanted to, just get myself together. And she asked me a question. But the way that she asked it
because
was
it came
not
from him.
The question, Kerok had told her some things.
Yeah.
And she asked me a question.
Because he was liking her from the beginning. Me and him was friends. So he was basically liking her from the door. He always used to talk about her to me, but I never knew who she was until we got into this program. So I'm the one who got her, even though he was still living with her, because we lived with each other in different wings. He always lived with her, but I never came across her until this program. So then he was basically like, he goddamn, I said, well, all right, my loyalty to my friend, I'm not going to even address the situation.
But she never told me that what was said was that he told her that he slept with me. She never told me that. She made it like because the way that Kerok would present me to other people was, oh no, don't mess with her. She this, she that, blah blah blah. That's how she would get people off of me, But really, it was a underlying thing that she had for me, So, but yeah, I did not find out until recently what was actually said.
Wow. So you just.
So in that clip, Case is referring to the lie that I mentioned before I played that. Now continuing on, as time went on, we learned more and more. So Gio did a live about an update on Kerok, and then I saw EB and Cakes were in the comments. And if you read this comment right here, you can see what's being said. Says that he ate somebody's ass, got robbed afterwards, and moved out the unit. So then people was wondering, okay, eating ass, tossing salads, all that. And allegedly this happened while with Brittany. So the question is, whose ass did he eat? And here another one is, ate the ass, took your commissary, get played. So he ate somebody's ass and then got robbed for commissary, allegedly. So let's get into it. Whose ass did Kerok eat?
Okay, so boom. Let's fast forward. So when EB and I got back in touch, okay, so boom. Let's fast forward. So when EB and I got back in touch, she spoke on some things that, let me know, because I always wondered if her and Kerok were still in touch. And she mentioned him, and I was like, oh, they still in touch. So actually what happened was, so me and EB, we broke up after that situation. Some things happened. It got nasty. We didn't speak for 2.5 years. She ended up going home like 10 months later. But anyway, so she told me she was still speaking to Kerok. Me and Kerok actually did have a sexual situation, but it was years later after that whole lie, that whole situation, that first situation where she broke us up. So it was kind of ironic because I'm like, okay, well, I do need to tell her, so I say, Kerok told you about us. Oh yeah, she told me about y'all in structure, Okay, so boom. Let's fast forward.
Okay. So she got cut off because you know the YouTube shorts only allow you to talk up to a certain amount of time. So she continues and she sends us some recordings via Instagram. So I'm going to share that with you guys. And we do have permission from Miss Cakes to share this.
Okay, so I was talking to my phone and I see it's got a lot of errors, so I'm gonna say it like this. Okay, so EB and I met in Structure, which was a behavioral program in Fluvanna for inmates who stayed in a lot of trouble. It was like a correctional program, where we started the riot together. Okay. EB and I, we went to SEG together for 34 days, talked through the wall. We were right beside each other. We fell in love through the wall. She was released from SEG a week before I was. At that time, that was when Kerok told her that she had slept with me in order to break us up. Because, you know, EB was a loyal friend. So I'm not going to mess with somebody that you mess with, blah, 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 whatever. But it was not true at that time. But she did break up. EB did break up with me because of the lie that Kerok told her. So fast forward, EB was released about 10 months later. I still had like 2 years to do. So, and it's crazy because Kerok always had this thing for me, but she was never my type, so I never went for her. And she also had another friend named Kima, who I used to talk to too, and she sabotaged that relationship too. She was always jealous that I never chose her. So by this time, 2 years later, after EB gets out, after me and EB break up, I got a lot of animosity. So I'm like, you know what? Let me prove something. Because you always going around telling people how you would never fuck with me, or I'm a hoe, don't fuck with Cakes. You always fucking up my relationships and what I got going on. But me and you both know that if I was to give you a chance, you would take it at the drop of a dime.
Okay, so you guys hear it. You guys hear who asked Kerok 8 allegedly. That was allegedly Miss Cakes. Then Miss Cakes robbed him for commissary. Y'all can read the DMs right here. It says, I was the one asked he ate, and I was the one who robbed him. It was get back for him ruining my relationship with EB 2 years prior, and also my short relationship with Kerok's co-defendant Kima prior to me meeting EB. So there you guys have it. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime we do go live. Let me know what you think. Feel free to contact Gio on Instagram at Gio_said_it. And I will be signing off right now. Have a good day.